Alright, Final Fantasy 14 storyline continues with the quest Like Fear to Flame. Like Moths to a Flame is the saying that I know, but I don't know what they're doing here. But anyway, given to us by Urian J. We are level 90. Level 90 requirement. We're at the entrance to the Aether Font dungeon. It's on the docks here in Old Charlian. Here we go. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second, to wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsabard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy onto the moon. You didn't get permission to do all this before we went to the trouble of gaining the Aether? Really? Whatever. It seems like we put the cart before the horse there, but whatever. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. I mean, it's Lucia, so she's gonna say yes, but... Well, I mean, as long as it's still in the best interest of everything and everyone, but... This is gonna be the same thing that I did to get to Garlemald, the cheapest and fastest. If I was being super fast about it, I couldn't literally just use my home point right now, even though it would just take me from here to here. But oh, I could have just clicked on this, couldn't I? Oh, no, so we got 100. I mean, yeah, I could have. I spent 100. That would not be a bad. But saved 100. Use the sprint. Now we go this direction, so we're going to use the experimental teleportation. We don't currently have the free company thing that gives us cheaper transportation costs for teleportation and transportation costs. So you're going to see a price tag of like 500 something gil. Which surprised me, because I didn't know. I was like, why did the price increase? It was just because of that. I don't need to mount. I just need to do... Yeah. So we saved 500. I didn't actually look at that. No, it's over 1,000. So we saved 500 something. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Then we run between the buildings. I think this is like the big massive stone, like red kind of stone buildings. It's the only town, city, etc. that I can remember that being a thing. Being able to run between all that stuff. Oh, we are still going to Garlemald. Duh. Thin alleyways between massively tall buildings. Not like skyscraper tall, but like 8 to 10 stories, maybe 5 to 8 stories, I don't know. You can actually look up. Don't look up, as the movie says, that I haven't watched because I know it's about. Or I know what it's satirizing. Alright, talk to Lucia. Get a cutscene. Headshot's gone. Please talk, so I don't have to. I don't think they will, though. Yep, I was right. See, sometimes right, sometimes wrong. Anyway. Mercy, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Void Sentence incursion. Gosh, sorry. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. And he goes on to explain. Zero and Oleon J are here as well. The screen goes up as and goes black during the explanation. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Maxima nods, her trusty Garlemald aide. Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. Takes a pause. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than facing a mass invasion by Golbaz and his void-sent hordes, surely, says Zero. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? He thinks on it. Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. Lucia put a hand to her chest. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Alice. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urian J, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? He nods. I was gonna suggest, get the word out, use messengers, or some other means of spreading the word, and let people know, hey, if we're about to activate the Tower of Babel, we're about to do it for a good reason. We have everything literally completely under control, even though we might not. And if it's kind of like a safe space thing, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I can understand trauma and having reactions that you can't quite control to things that aren't even actually bad, but they just trigger something in you. Some memory, dormant or very active. So like those people who, if anybody is having discomfort or distress, they just come to this banquet hall, they talk to like-minded people, they share some food together, kind of like just a gathering. I mean, anybody can come whether or not they will feel distress. I can just teleport. I'm gonna save time. Sorry, I didn't expect it to be right there at Tertium. Although I should have, because we're going to get Alphino and Alice. Jacobo in the tunnels. Hey Alphino. Hey Alice. Cutscene. I'm glad to see you again, Mercy. Damn it, hold on. I'm doing Varshan. I'm glad to see you again, Mercy. Vritra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Guardians might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it, says Julius. Trust in the Ilsobard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Zero thinks with that hat down motion she does. Trust, again. More thinking around the group, pondering. Well, it seems to me there's naught for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. Yeah. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus, near the Cenaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others. Save Zero. Might you accompany me? She nods to him. I'm sure those in Tappa's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take a little prodding to convince them to speak freely, says Alphino to me. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. I decided either long ago or just recently, but either way I've decided Julius is just going to be American. Oh, what am I about? Contemplative citizen looking at some boxes and bags, like burlap sacks. Just stock goods. Gosh, why can't I think of things? Like, whatever. The Tower of Babel. But what's it got to do with the Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Cargo. Cargo's a good word for it. Cargo past. We got a dude sitting on a bench. Malleus. We explained to him. Activate the Tower of Babel. Are you out of your mind? Just get that. That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. Gosh, sorry. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. That's a positive. Maybe a fretting lady. Older lady. Explain to her what's going on. FIE. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals raised our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Fee. I don't know. I've never heard anyone use that in real life. A serious lad, warming his hands by a barrel fire. No, stop it. The tower's evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. And lastly, this dude in a train car, or dudette, sitting on the floor with her back against a bench. Cushiony bench. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions. Cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. And then we head up the ramps to the outside, where there is some chilliness. Wait, why am I going that way? I don't know why I thought I had to pop a 180. Automated slasher spider droids. Automated slasher spider droids. Automated slasher spider droids. Yeah. 2. I barely got through 2. We find 0. Probably have a cutscene here. Nope, maybe. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Yep, cutscene. Voice acting? Maybe? He says, hopefully? I don't think so. I haven't seen... Yeah, I don't think so. Mercy, may I present to you Lords Linnaeus and Matthias, magistrates of our political council, says Jules. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsebard contingent. I see Alphino and Alice have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid. Now you propose reactivating it. Nay, we have had enough. The other guy nods. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds, is beholden to no one. It's going well. Julius tries to talk to them. They kind of talk back. Cutscene goes, oh, we're done. That is the end of this quest. I will see you very shortly for the next one. See if there's anything extra. And there is not. So yeah, I'll see you soon.